All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sober Open Mic Night in March. Woo-woo! Hey, I want to take a moment and welcome our online people. Whatever platform you're joining us from, whatever state you're joining us from, we're glad you're part of this evening. Whether you're joining us from Facebook or YouTube or the Phoenix Zoom, which is in the house tonight. Welcome to all of you. Glad you're here. You can hit the like button. You can comment. You can cheer people on tonight. Hey, we do these Sober Open Mic Nights every other month. We are so honored to always partner with the Phoenix for these events. And we are also honored to have two incredible sponsors for these. We do 6 a year. We're grateful for the Hornbuckle Foundation. Are the Hornbuckles in the house? They are in the house. You're going to hear more about their work in a little bit and hear from them. And CARE, Colorado Artist in Recovery, Darren Valdez in the house. So grateful for our sponsors for helping make these events possible. Hey, I'm Ryan Canaday. I am the pastor and executive director here at Free. If you don't know anything about this community, I'll keep it really short. We are a community for addicts, loved ones of addicts, and spiritual refugees. And our mission here is to break the silence of addiction while creating space for healing, recovery, and spiritual connection. And there's always one thing we don't do in this community, and we won't do it tonight. If you know it, you can shout out all 4 words on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We don't do shame in this community. If you want to know more about Free, you can jump on our website, freerecoverycommunity.com. And you can also download the app, Free Recovery Community. Free Recovery Community, it's free to download. All our content's on there. Grateful to have you all here tonight. And it's an incredible night because so many people are going to take this stage and we get to cheer them on. We get to root for them. Some of you are getting on the stage for the first time in your recovery, and it's an incredible thing to be able to step into your fear and take that on. So blessings to all of you. Big, deep breaths, right? Big, deep breaths. Hey, let me take a moment and welcome Vince Huseman up to the stage with the Phoenix.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So good to see you all. My name is Vince Huseman. I'm the community center manager at the Phoenix, so I oversee our facility downtown. And I'm thrilled to be here. So thankful for Free. I think this is our 4th year doing this open mic. It's really grown into something truly incredible. And again, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Hornbuckle Foundation and Colorado Artists in Recovery. More from them to come. So if you're new to the Phoenix, I just want to tell you a little bit about us. At our Phoenix events, we have our ethos, our kind of community standards that we try to live by, and that's that we honor sobriety and recovery. And so all that we ask is when people participate, before they participate, they have at least 48 hours of sobriety. And so whether you're someone in recovery like myself, or you're a supporter or an ally, a family member, a friend, a loved one, everyone is welcome to our programming. All that we ask is that you practice 48 hours of sobriety before participating. We welcome all people to our events. So we believe we're all rising from something. So we want to make sure our events are safe and supportive for everybody who comes. In that same note, we aspire to create safe and supportive spaces. So be mindful of your conduct and the way that you treat one another while you're here. And then also, we rise together. This this movement that's moving across the nation, the sober active movement, can't happen without your support. And if you're interested in learning more about how to get involved with the Phoenix, to volunteer, to support events like this or other cool things around the nation, please find me after the show and we'll chat. What am I missing? I think that's it. So huge shout out to everybody tuning in virtually from virtual land. And really excited. We've got a great show tonight. We actually have something really special for tonight's show coming up a little bit later. But for now, I want to introduce Debbie Shear to the stage. Welcome, Debbie Shear. Let's hear it for Debbie.
There's this little triangle stair. I'm a size 11 triple narrow shoe, and that does not fit my foot. It's a very unique setup. Well, we made it. We made it. How is everybody? Welcome. Welcome. I'm just curious to get a read. How many of you have been to this open mic before? Yes. And then how many of you, this is your very first time? That's amazing. Welcome, and we hope to see you again. So just a few things about the open mic, and I love what Ryan said. It's so important to know that, being on a stage, speaking or singing into a mic can be an incredibly vulnerable experience. And so we want to really embrace everybody who is brave enough to come up here and do that. So showing them love is so appreciated. Nobody will turn that down at all, okay? And if you are performing, a few things to know. You have 6 minutes. 6 minutes on stage. You don't have to use all of the 6 minutes, but you can't go over the 6 minutes. And what's going to happen, we have our fabulous AV crew back there. Once you get down to 1 minute left, they will flash a light. Let's see if they can give us an example of that. Do you want to give us an example? There we go. Can you see, everybody see that? That's the flashlight. If you go beyond that, then the lights will start to dim. I know, somewhat romantic. And then if you go beyond that, they will cut your mic, which is less romantic, but definitely needed because we've got a great lineup and we want to make sure that everybody gets their time. So thank you all for coming. Well, I'm actually, today is a sober-versary for me. I've been sober 6.5 years today, and I told Darren this before and other people, I always get nervous when people clap for that because I feel like if you've ever had a young child, when toddlers attempt to do a big feat and you're looking at them like they're never going to accomplish that. And then they do and everybody claps. I kind of feel like that. And I was at an event once, and I had a couple of friends in the front audience, and I said I was sober. I think at that point it had been 5 years, and everybody clapped. And I said, wait a minute, you all act like I couldn't do it. And then I looked at my friends who were sitting right there, and they went, oh, well. So there you go, clap away for the sober people. But I have to also say I've been a lesbian for 30 years. And okay, there we go. There we go. I wasn't sure if that'd get the same rousing applause, so I'm glad it did, because I would have asked, did you think I couldn't do it? Because let me be clear, I did it, and I'm still doing it, and I'm real good at it. Okay. That's all we're going to say about that. Well, let's just move on, shall we? Let's bring your first performer up here. This guy's a personal friend of mine. I haven't known him that long, but we've worked together. He runs a wonderful comedy show called Second Chance Comedy, and he's a fabulous comedian. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Joe Huseman. Thank you, friend.
Thank you for having me. No pressure on introduction there. Yeah, I'm Joe Huseman. Do Second Chance Comedy. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was the youngest of 6 kids growing up, and when that happens, your bedroom ends up looking like a Goodwill in a shitty neighborhood. No, I'm kidding. I didn't have a bedroom. Technically, I had my own room, but since it was the shortcut from the kitchen to the one bathroom we had, it was more like a hallway with 2 doors and a bed. Constant flow of traffic. But I didn't need privacy for anything weird. It's just when you have older brothers, just doing normal kids shit can be embarrassing. My brother would walk into my room and I'd shove my Hot Wheels under my pillow and just sit there awkwardly. It's like, oh, he almost caught me playing with toys. Probably just thinks I was masturbating. That's better. But yeah, and I couldn't even journal about my problems because there was always somebody looking over my shoulder correcting me. It's like, no, Joe, technically the word is lonely. Alone just means there's no one else around, and clearly that's not the case. One time I wrote, "Nobody understands me," and my brother said, "Well, not with handwriting like that, they won't." So the order of my siblings was 2 boys, then 3 girls, and then me. So most of my hand-me-downs came from my sisters. Yeah, my first bicycle was this fuchsia girl's bike with the banana seat and the tassels on it. So when I got it, I spray painted it blue, and then I had my older brother weld a bar on it. Now it's a boy's bike. You could say I had the first gender fluid bicycle. And I'd get like their toy horses after legs or other parts broke off. I used to call those my rescue horses. But if I'm being honest, it was the horses that rescued me. And with a 10-year gap between me and my older brothers, I wasn't so much a younger brother when I came along. I was more like a new toy for them to play with. You know, kind of their own personal crash test dummies for all their science experiments. Like my brother would squeeze my chest to force the air out of my lungs, which would make me laugh uncontrollably. It's like the more it hurt, the harder I laughed. If there was ever a time in my life that I wish I had a safe word, that was it. Or he would like wrap me in a blanket and put a rope around it, then stand me on my head in the front closet and see how long it would take me to escape. That one, it actually did get my mom's attention because she was worried that as I was moving around with nothing but my neck to support me, that it was possible that I might knock some of the coats off the hangers and make a mess. And my brother was into making home movies, and this was back in the time when Star Wars first came out, and he was trying to recreate some of those special effects at home. And he had this great idea. He took a 30-gallon fish tank and put it on top of the washing machine in the basement, filled it with water, and then submerged a pouch of gunpowder about halfway down with 2 wires coming out of it. My job was to stand in front of it and connect the 2 wires to ignite it while he stood safely 15 feet away running the camera. The thought process was that the water would slow down the explosion, making it look like it was happening in space. Anyone with a physics degree out there tonight? Because that's not how that works. It wasn't a complete loss, though, because with the light reflecting off the tiny pieces of glass shrapnel covering my soaking wet body, it did sort of create that starry night sky view, so. We weren't poor growing up, but my parents did send us all to Catholic school, so we had to live like we were poor. They invested all their money to make sure we had that top-tier religious trauma, you know? And I wouldn't say I was abused as a child, but in some ways I think being raised Catholic might be worse. You know, conviction and shame were the primary forms of discipline in our household. No spankings or timeouts, just subtle injections of guilt all the time to remind us we're the worst people on the planet. Like one time my mom found my bag of weed, and I came home that night and I found it rolled up in the middle of my bedroom floor, and just beyond it was a freshly folded pile of laundry on my bed, all set up to let me know that she found my bag of weed, but she would never say anything to me about it. And I sat there on my bed for like a half an hour feeling like a total asshole that I let my mom down. But then suddenly I remembered, hey, I've got weed now, so I smoked a bowl and forgot about it. But I just wonder, like, what was the thought process there? Did she find my weed and think, I know what I'll do. I'll do his laundry for him. That'll teach him a lesson. But, you know, Catholicism doesn't teach you how to process your feelings. It just makes you feel really bad about having them in the first place. You know, whatever you're feeling, it's wrong. You're angry, you're a sinner. If you're tired, well, now you're just being lazy, sinner. If you had a great day, well, now you're just being prideful. Because only Jesus can bring you true joy, and we know he loves you far too much than to let you be happy. Well, I got the light, and typically, historically, I run the light here and get kicked off the stage. And just a little side note, you don't notice the stage getting dark when you're up here, okay? So But before that happens, I'm going to get out of here. But I do want to say, yes, I do a show called Second Chance Comedy. We've got some hilarious people on the show. We are actually going to be here on April 10th doing a show. Check us out. I've got some cards about the show in my pocket. If you want to know more about it, come see me. Otherwise, I will give it back over to Debbie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Joe, I'm proud of you for recognizing the light and then putting the brakes on. That is growth. We like growth. That's important. All right, we're going to keep moving along with our next performer. Where's Samantha Messer? Yay! Are you doing poetry? Yes. Okay, we are in for quite a treat. We're really, really lucky. So, do you want to hold this or you want me to put this back? That was definitive, and I appreciate it. Yep, I get it. Okay, Samantha.
Hello, everybody. So, this is my third time doing this. It's still nerve-wracking. I've been sober for a little over 2 years now. I realized recently that I now am the person I always wanted to be. When I was hanging out on sidewalks all fucked up and watching people walk by going, man, I wish I could be that person. Man, I am that person now. I have my own apartment, I'm inside, and I work at the Harm Reduction Action Center where I'm the overdose prevention coordinator. So I train people every day to save lives, and I love my job. They're not getting rid of me anytime soon. So yeah, I wrote a poem. It's untitled. Hey you, yes, I'm talking to you. I need you to look at me and see where I am now, and remember what I used to be. A lonely, unhappy, self-destructive shadow of myself. You can get there too, and I'm happy to help. Most importantly, you need to know that you have worth and that I love you, no matter what you've done or what you have been through. Please know I will never judge or shame. There will be no trial by fire. We've all done the worst shit to survive. Anyone who says otherwise is a liar. But I know that's not who you are. I can see your beautiful soul shining through. I can already see all the wonderful things you will do. I'll give you gifts, compliments, support, whatever you may need. Leading others to happiness, I have found, has become my life's creed. You should know, you yourself are the toughest enemy you will face. But if you can extinguish your hatred and befriend yourself, you'll be ahead of the race. I will always have an ear or a shoulder if you so desire. My aim is only ever to lift you higher. And if I've inspired or alleviated even one person's pain, then everything I've been working for is not in vain.
Samantha, remind me how many times you've been up on this stage doing that? That's the third. You're amazing. Thank you. That's so great. So I want to introduce, a couple of people, but one person in particular. I work in fundraising full-time. I'm an auctioneer and an MC, so I partner with nonprofits all over the country to help them raise money. And I understand, yes, Darren, I understand how critical sponsorships are. They're really, really important. And so it's important for us to give you an opportunity to meet our fabulous sponsors. And I want to be really clear that in this type of work, sponsors don't support because they have to. They don't. They support because they want to and they believe in the mission. So I think it's really great when you meet both of our sponsors, tell them thank you, or if you ever need something that they provide, or if you can give them a shout out on social media, that goes a long way. So where is Sarah here? Sarah Hornbuckle and Bella. I'm so happy to bring to the stage Sarah Hornbuckle of the Hornbuckle Foundation. She's going to share a little bit more, and then we're going to, I'm telling you, you're in for a treat.
Thank you.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
everybody.
There you go, my dear.
I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight. This is something that I'm very passionate about because music and art heals, and scientifically proven. I was telling folks of when I first got here, they're like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, the longer I'm in recovery, I still get the shit kicked out of me on a regular basis, but then it ends up just being another Tuesday. Because in recovery, what's so cool is I use music as a coping skill. And I use art to get through really hard days. I recently had a fentanyl overdose in my family, and he made it. Not sure if he's taking it seriously just yet, but it's what we do, so thank you for what you do. And I love that we get to tell our story. So I'm a director for the Hornbuckle Foundation. We love you. I love seeing live people just trying to stay sober one more time and crushing it one more day. I've been doing this about 9 years, and I'm still grateful that I get to be of service. I'm still grateful for those life changes. So even on those hard days, I come here and I get to share music with you and about my organization. I am in a fight with Google business profile right now. So a few months ago, instead of Addiction Treatment Center organization, they changed it to drugstore. So that's been fun. And so when I am fundraising and doing things and people Google us, yeah, they're like, "So what kind of drugs are you selling?" So I'm on the phone with Google for like an hour on Tuesday. I'm like, "Can we please not be listed as a drugstore? That would be fabulous." Hour. He's like, "No problem. We got it. Should all be squared away. 24 hours. You're golden." Hi. This morning, I wake up to an email. "Your account has been suspended for deceptive information." They want us to be a drugstore. They don't want us to be an addiction treatment center, but we are, and we will continue to do that. We provide sober living scholarships for people that are coming out of residential treatment. So if you're in treatment, we would love to. We would love to help you and be of service. And but one of the programs I do is I teach kids ages 11 to 16 music. And this is my daughter, Bella. She has been with me for the last year and a half playing music. And I told her that she got to be in charge of tonight, so I'm really just the backup. So don't Google Maps us, because currently you won't find us, but if you do Google us at hornbucklefoundation.org, you can find more information about us. If you want to connect, we'd love to connect with you. Anybody like Billy Joel? Bella actually showed me this song because I was a sheltered religious child, Joe. Missed out on quite a few experiences. Song is called Vienna, and if you exchange the word Vienna with a recovery life, full and fulfilling, that's what the song makes me think of. So, good pick, Bella, but we did need to plug in a guitar.
Okay, well, I didn't.
Hold on. Hold, please. Hey, Vanessa. All right, sound people, let me know when you got me. Anything? Can you hear it? Ah, got me. Thank you.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? Where's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. But you know know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Oh no, too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. But you can see when you're wrong, you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream of, but don't imagine it'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? You know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. When don't you realize Vienna waits for you? Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you?
So I know it might be over because I talk too much, but we're going to do one more. And this is exciting. Oh. We're going to keep your microphone on.
Well, I turned it off so it wouldn't be loud.
Oh.
It's really close.
Well.
Sorry.
Okay. So as her mother, this is very exciting. I said it's time. We've done a year of songs together, and I would love to see you do one by yourself because I think she's ready. So I want to thank you guys for having these open mics, and we're so honored to be a sponsor of it because this is a really big deal. So enjoy.
Can you please get the hold up on your phone for me?
Oh, shoot. I'm making a bad roadie.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny. I'm the shortest one in the house now. I just look like a chubby middle schooler whenever I'm.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay, hit scroll.
I saw her in the brightest way, looking like Anne Hathaway. believe in God, and I believe that He's my Savior. My mom says that she's worried, but I'm covered in His favor. And when we're getting dirty, I forget all that is wrong. I sleep so I can see you, 'cause I hate to wait so long. I sleep so I can see you, 'cause I hate to wait so long. She took my fingers to her mouth, the kind of thing that makes you proud, and nothing else had ever worked out, and maybe I tried other things, but nothing can capture the sting of the venom she's gonna spit out right now. Oh, she'll kiss me on the mouth and love me like a sailor. And when you get a taste, can you tell me what's my flavor? I do believe in God, and I believe that He's my Savior. My mom says that she's worried, but I'm covered in His favor. And when we're getting dirty, I forget all that is wrong. I sleep so I can see you, 'cause I hate to wait so long. I sleep so I can see you, and I hate to wait so long. And we can run away to the walls inside your house. I can be the cat, baby, you can be the mouse. We can laugh off things that we know nothing about, and we can go forever until you wanna sit it out.
Am I good?
Give it up one more time for Sarah and Bella. It was really, Bella, I have to tell you, it was really joyful to watch you, but I was sitting in the front right here. You probably saw the same thing I did. What was really awesome was watching your mom watch you. Oh, wow, that was really cool. So she's clearly very proud of you. Awesome. Great job, great job. Shall we keep going? Shall we keep going? All right, where's our friend Stone? Come on, Stone. Hello. Would you like to hold the mic, or do you want me to put it in the stand? Okay. It's a. There we go. I'm gonna fight it. I'm a fighter.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stone. I'm a poet. You can probably tell that by the way that I look and act and dress. Thank you. I will be doing some poems for you guys tonight. I'm also going to be on Joe. Where's Joe? I'm going to be on his show on the 13th. It's not here. It's at the Bug Theater. But I will never miss an opportunity to promote. Please come to the show that he has booked me for before everyone realizes that I'm not a comedian. This is the first poem. One day, I woke up and my brain was not my friend anymore. We used to be besties, brunches and lunches and secrets whispered late at night. She braided my hair, I polished her synapses. We talk about boys, she knows the names and the social security numbers of all of my crushes. We are constantly on the phone. We talk 24/7, and even when we shouldn't. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. And that type of friendship is so strong. And then something happened to me. And now my brain is not my friend anymore. They started acting distant. When we see each other, we don't know if we should fist bump or high five or hug, so we do all three unsuccessfully, and the distance between us expands. I start going to parties, posting on my story. I do that thing that everyone tries to do after a bad breakup, hoping that if they see how well I am obviously doing, they'll start to miss me, and then will both believe me. And when the parties don't work, I do the rest of the effort. I go to therapy. I do the EMDR. I do yoga. I meditate. I buy crystals and charge moon water, for God's sake. Oh my God, sometimes do I miss cocaine. I'm glad you guys laughed at that. But then when it's finally quiet, my mind whispers to me, I have never been your friend, and I have never needed any of this. Never medication nor addiction. She has only ever wanted to be listened to, and I'm listening now. Blessed be to the creatives, to the overcomers, to the ones who have survived the cacophony of their mind and come out the other side stronger. Our brain has never been our friend. It is more than that to us, more than a twin flame or cosmic soulmate, and everything that they have ever done is to keep me alive. So the least I can do is listen and survive. My brain is not my friend, but we're working on it. Nowadays, when it gets really bad, I sit down and I go, hi, you seem like you're struggling. I'm here for you. Thank you. That was the first poem. I think I'm doing okay on time, so I'm going to do a second poem. The second poem is an older poem. I started it when I was still in active addiction. I'm sober for about 1.5 years now, which is so exciting. I love you guys. You guys clap for anything. This is so fucking sick. But I started this poem when I was still in active addiction, and it was very directly inspired by another poet. I didn't plagiarize him, but like, close. And I recently got the opportunity to meet him, and I just know I got invited to a festival, and I know that like none of that would have ever happened if I was still setting my life on fire, which is what I was doing. And so I got to meet him, and the way I blabbered at him for 5.5 minutes, and I was like, oh my God, I love you so much. But yeah, so this poem was inspired by him, and I got to meet him, and I'm so grateful for all of the places that my sobriety has taken me. So here's the other poem, and then I will leave. The first draft of this poem was 8 pages long. It was an email to my therapist, and it was just the word fuck. In my notes app, I have unsent texts. One of them reads, "This is the loneliest I've ever been in my entire life," and I keep putting it into the text bar, and I can't figure out who I would even send it to. 2 of my friends have their locations shared with me. I pretend to not notice when I watch their 2 dots go to the same apartment building every night. I watch their little bubbles dance around almost voyeuristically, and then I remember that's weird for me to do. But I like having a secret that no one else knows. Secrets sometimes are my only company, but like most things, I can't keep them. 3 years ago, when I got out of my last long-term relationship, my therapist asked me if I thought I was going to die alone, and I told him, hey, not until you mentioned it. Also, for the record, I'm not going to die alone. I'm going to die surrounded by cats. My therapist asked if I love my cat so much because she's the only person in my life where I feel like I don't have to earn her love. And I told him, hey, not until you mentioned it. Also, for the record, you should see my budget for catnip. I have earned her love for sure. My sister asked me to stop talking about my love life because she says it depresses her. I didn't really understand what she meant by that until I said I was writing Yelp reviews for restaurants just so I can share the experience with someone. And I don't want you to hear this and have it sound like I don't have friends. I do, but also I keep the laundry on the other side of my bed so it feels less empty, and honestly, I'm like this close to tongue fucking an outlet just to feel a spark. And I don't want you to hear this and have it sound like I'm desperate. Some of you guys are laughing too hard at that. I don't want you to hear this and have it sound like I'm desperate. I mean, I am, but I know what it is like to be loved by someone who makes you feel more alone than you did before, so I am fine settling for my battery-powered feelings, whether it be my phone. Some of you laugh too hard at that. What are you thinking about? I'm talking about my phone. In my notes app, I write love poems. I keep them on top of a note full of every password I've ever had in my entire life, and also my body count list. And when it gets really bad, I write another name at the bottom to pretend like they're from someone else. I would write Timothy Chalamet, but I don't know how to spell it. But when I read them back, they're actually kind of good, so I guess I should take credit for them. I'm a decent writer when I really try to be, when the loneliness instead is a form of productivity, which is not as often as I want. But I have to remind myself that being loved by me is a gift. And yeah, you know what? Maybe it's a gift where some people have kept the receipt, but it is a gift, okay? And it's one that I'm ready to accept now. I write notes apps, thank you notes, and I address them to myself. And I put my own name at the bottom of them. Thank you.
Stone, is that the first time? Stone, is that the first time you've been on this stage, or have you? No, you've done this before. No, I just wanted to. I was going to say, if it was your first time, I hope you come back and do it again. But yeah, so you are coming back, which is great. So thank you. That was really great. Appreciate it. We are going to bring up our next sponsor. And I met this fabulous human in 2021. I almost said 1921, which was prohibition, but that didn't really matter to many people. I met him in 2021 when we held the first sober space at Denver Pride for folks 18 and over. That was a huge deal. And CARE, Colorado Artists in Recovery, they were one of the vendors in that space doing fabulous things for the 500,000 plus people that come through Pride. So we kind of became fast friends, and now he can't get rid of me. So to say a few words about CARE and what they do, welcome Darren.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I've been reminiscing a little bit. Like we started Colorado Artists in Recovery. Basically, I was working at a treatment center, Sobriety House. Hello, Sobriety House. And I was a house manager, and I noticed that, you know, when you take away people's phones, they watch a lot of TV, right? And so I would get them art supplies, and I would bring some instruments in and encourage them. I would play my violin in the office, and I would just encourage them. When I was in treatment, one of the house managers gave me this book called The Artist's Way. And when I first started out, they said, I saw that word God on the steps, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Because if you did some of the things I did for meth, then that might not be an avenue for hope for me. And I read this book called The Artist's Way, and in The Artist's Way, this woman, Julia Cameron, she talked about creativity and how creativity was a connection to something greater than herself. And she talked about going out on these artist dates with herself. And she would go once a week, and she would just hold on to this hour, right? And she would go to play in the park, or she would go to the art museum, or she would go to these things, and she would fill her spiritual cup with beauty. And the thing I loved about that is I started to think, you know, when I'm watching these people in the treatment center strumming their guitars, they have this look on their face of peace. When they're creating art together, they're laughing together and big bonding with each other, and there's nobody telling them they have to. They do it naturally. Creativity is such a beautiful resource for people who are rediscovering who they are. But not only that, you'll see these people up here showing you who they truly are. It is scary when you get up here in front of a bunch of people. First time I did, I was shaking, right? But the more you do it, the more you realize that people love you exactly the way you are, with all the faults, everything. And the way you see the world is truly unique. So at Colorado Artists in Recovery, we let you try to dip your toe in all kinds of different experiences, all for free, just to discover who you are. So there's a table with all kinds of experiences up here. Next Friday, we're having an art show in here where 20 of our artists are going to show you who they are. We would love to have you. It's you get free coffee, Wagon Coffee. I also wanted to take just a short note and just say how thankful we all are for this recovery community. I think everybody knows that not just 10 years ago, the only place you could go was the basement of a church to be in recovery, right? It was a secret. You didn't let people know. You didn't want people to know because there was a stigma around being in recovery. And now look at this beautiful building filled. There is a treatment center in there celebrating. There's a Dharma recovery meeting in there meeting. There's a CODA meeting. There's every A you can imagine in this building. And it's a beautiful place for us. So thank you for creating this space for us. Have a wonderful time tonight.
Thank you, Darren. Yay. All right, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. I do want to just acknowledge something. You know, for the world is kind of, how do I want to say this? Wild right now. And for many of us, there's a lot of fear. And I know I speak, you know, for myself and in the queer community, there's a lot of fear right now. And so I want to let you know that several years ago, I sent a text message to my partner at the time, and I accidentally included my ex-wife. Yes, everything you're thinking is true, but it's so much worse. It was not a text that anybody but my partner should have been seeing. So to include the ex-wife was really quite something else. I just want to say that. And I lived for years with a lot of embarrassment about that and kind of a lot of shame as well, until a few days ago, when I learned that our highest government officials sent a text and accidentally included a buddy from the Atlantic. And I realized I don't feel bad anymore about including my ex-wife on that text, okay? So if there's any hope, it's that I could have a job in national security right now, because that's how good I am at accidentally including people on text threads. So keep looking up, everybody. There's always a silver lining. All right, we're going to move on. Where are our friends, the Blake Rice Band? We're going to bring them up. We're so excited. They're coming from the back. Cheer them on. Do you need any help from me whatsoever? Do you need chairs, a massage? What do you need? What do you need? We want to make it as pleasant as possible. All right, obviously they've got a handle on it, and they're like all, you know, pretty much, this is like all my dating relationships. I just make suggestions and they ignore me. So, all right, give it up for the Blake Rice Band.
There we go. Hello, I'm Blake Rice. We are the Blake Rice Band. This is Casey Hicks on the lead guitar. It's my brother Keenan Rice on the bass. We're going to play an original song for you called If You Could See It Different. Hope you enjoy it. We don't have any volume. Can we get some lead guitar, please? All right, without further ado, we will play you this song. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drowning slowly, you implode me. Reach out my hand, nowhere to land. You can see it did. Alright, you can hear it all. Yeah, this can we get some volume? Like this just doesn't sound good. Alright. No worries. The mic on it? Alright. Let's just play Better Man. Just you and me, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I mean, you can't hear it. Got anything? What? All right. Okay, we're gonna play a song called Better Man. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not in the right tuning. It's not good. It's not going well. Okay. All right. Better Man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Night flutters down and whispers fill in the room. Eerily vacant, save for a broom. Have to keep things tidy or you might have a guest. But without a mattress, how will they rest? Oh, oh, oh. Where did I get these expectations of who I'm supposed to be? Never feeling satisfied, never feeling free. Wish someone would come along and love me how I am. But love was not meant for all. I'm sorry, my friend. Oh, 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 oh. You can't change the beginning, but you can change the end. Don't give up on believing that you can be a better man. great places, they'd be glad. Maybe I don't deserve the opportunities. Maybe it'd be best if my life would simply cease. So, silently I struggle, no one gives a damn. They've got their own problems, why should they? I'm a grown man. Have to learn to accept myself inside and out, 'cause I can't go on tormented and shrouded in doubt. You can't change the beginning, but you can change the end. Don't give up on believing that you can be a better man. Thank you for bearing with us, Blake Rice Band. You can find us on Spotify if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience, guys. I mean, life does feel like a technical challenge right now. So we appreciate them being really flexible. So thank you, Blake. Appreciate it. We're going to keep moving on, but I'm going to bring up Vince because he's going to introduce our next act, if you will, and he's got some fabulous things to share.
I am back. Check. Sorry for the tech issues, y'all, and apologies to Blake Rice Band. Yes, so I'll be quick. For those of you that have heard of Aloe Blacc, or even if you haven't, he's a massive artist, singer, songwriter. If you know the song, I'm going to try not to sing, but wake me up when it's all over, right? That's Aloe Blacc, okay? So he has a new album coming out. It's called Stand Together. The songs on that album are inspired by nonprofits doing amazing things. One of the songs is called Don't Go Alone, and it was inspired by the work that the Phoenix does. And we are working with Aloe Blacc's marketing team to capture some awesome content around this song. And our very own Lily Blue, go ahead and come on up to the stage, is covering that song, Don't Go Alone. So I will introduce Lily Blue to the stage, everybody. Let's hear it.
All right, we're going to need a minute because I need my piano. Her name's Glory. We're going to get her over here, and we'll get set up and get this going. Everybody having a good time?
We might have to.
Anybody want to come up and tell jokes or something? That's what we're thinking for the plug-in. Wait. See. Hold on. Power button. Takes a second. Just takes a second to work. Yeah, not plugged in yet. Let's stay on without power. Debbie,
Yes.
tell some jokes.
Yes. I had to dig deep in my repertoire of things that are not R-rated, and I came up with nothing. However, let's talk about confidence when things go wrong. Do we get it? Do we get it? Do we? Just like I do. Oh, thank goodness.
Should we plug into aux or anything for this? Are we good? Oh, okay, we're getting there. We got this. Hi. Oh my gosh. Okay. Take a second here. We can hear the piano, right? Can we hear the vocal? Oh my gosh, we're ready. Okay, hi, I am Lily Blue. I am so excited to be up here and to talk about this song, Don't Go Alone. It pulls from the African proverb that talks about if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go together. And what it really pulls from is the spirit of community. And what I've learned in my own recovery is that we don't recover in silence and we don't recover alone. So I'm really excited to be up here and to showcase how I use my voice, how I speak. That's through my music, through my songwriting, through my voice, and to be able to talk about what these spaces have meant to an artist like me and to a lot of people that I know, the amount of joy and connection CARE has brought into my life, Free Phoenix, what it means to me to be able to get up on this stage every couple months. It means a lot. And from the bottom of my heart, it's a big part of my recovery, and it's something that I look forward to. And I am so happy to be here and to play this song for you. This is my version. If you listen to the original, it'll be different than what I do, but this is Lily Blue's version of Don't Go Alone by Aloe Blacc. I'm no sinner, but I've sinned. I know I'm better than where I've been. And sometimes I must admit I'm out of touch. And there are times I must admit I say too much. But I'm still learning the rules of love, how to find it and how to give enough, how broken hearts need to be fixed up. We can do it together. Don't go alone. If you go by yourself, you can go much faster. But if you wait for me, we can go much farther. If you go by yourself, you can go much faster. But if you wait for me, we can go much farther. Don't go alone. Don't go alone. Oh, don't you dare go alone. Don't go alone. Don't you dare go alone. Thank you so much. I just wanted to mention very quickly that my first single it's called Knows My Rhymes is streaming on all music platforms as of last week. It was such a labor of love, and I just want to do a quick little snippet of one of my originals. It's called For You. Take back the night or reach out for me. You know that I'm here wherever you go. Take back the night, I'll reach out for you. 'Cause I know that you're here wherever I find myself. Still I know sometimes we don't understand. Yeah, I know sometimes things don't go to plan. But I can't rewind the time, and I can't go back in my life, but I'll move forward. If I knew that was the last time I look into your eyes, I'd tell you the truth. You're everything good in my life, and I'm so grateful for you. Still I know sometimes we don't understand. Yeah, I know sometimes things don't go to plan, but I can't rewind the time, and I can't go back in my life, so I'll move forward. Yeah, I'll move forward for you. For you. For you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'm Lily Blue.
All right, y'all. We are going to head into an intermission. Let's say about 5 to, 5 minutes. 7 minutes. How many minutes? What sounds good? 7 minutes it is. All right, so find us back here in 7 minutes. We've got just a few performers. Let's finish off strong. Quick note, if you did not check in with us at the front desk, please do so. Very important for us to track attendance. Thank you. See you here in 7 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully, you were able to stretch your legs, do what you needed to do, a little dance, go to the restroom. We're going to keep moving. We want to be really respectful of your time, so we're going to move on to our next performer. We did a slight switch just because some people had some time constraints, and we needed to get them out of here to respect that. So we are going to move on and ask our friend Ryan Michael Knight to come on up. Do you need anything? Anything? I offered those, yeah. Yeah, that's what I feel. Okay, there we go.
I am Ryan Michael Knight. I'm going to play an original tune for you. See how it goes. About 100 miles from Denver, I figured the Rockies would be a little more rockier, but whatever. It's the goddamn sun, so I moved here, remember. Ain't no way in hell spend another Michigan in December. But every mile marker I move west reminds me that there's just some shit I can't forget. Onwards and upwards, man, my future's super attractive. I'm getting real good at taking real things, making them real obvious distractions. Pretty girls, come sit on my porch. I got matches and lighters, candles and a torch. Pretty girls, come sit on my swing. I'll fire up all my utensils and try to match the light that you bring. Every day the same routine. Caffeine, nicotine, dopamine, and repeat. It's not like I try, but man, I dig real deep. Yeah, it's not like I'll die, but I'll eventually get to 6 feet. Okay, let's get back to the sun. Is it just another star? No, man, it's the closest one. Nobody knows that, yeah, quite like me. Distance is the difference. This is chemistry, and I'm no Breaking Bad, but we're the periodic table because you bleed real bad, and I'm super fucking unstable. Gangster girl, come sit on my porch. I got matches and lighters, candles and a torch. Gangster girl, come sit on my swing, and I'll fire up all my utensils and try to match the light that you bring. Well, I finally made it to Denver. Big whoop. I'm just kidding, I already bought a famous person's book. I met them right here, down on the streets, yeah, and it's still unclear how they knocked me off my feet. Oh, pretty gangster Russian girls, come sit on my porch. I got matches and lighters and a big ass torch. Gangster girl, come sit on my swing. I'll fire up all my utensils and try to match the light that you bring. Big shout out to Soho Sobriety House. I celebrate 30 days of sobriety tomorrow thanks to them. What's up?
Give it up one more time for Ryan. Hey, Ryan, is this your book? No, it's someone else's. Well, I'm about to read someone's diary right here. I love that. Thank you. Congratulations on your sobriety, and thanks for choosing to be here. We hope you come back again. All right, we're going to keep this moving as the clock is ticking. Where's our friend Tarzano? Here he comes. Is this your book? Okay, I won't read it. Welcome to the... Okay, well, thank you.
Hey, everybody. This is great. 134 days sober today. This chord is the yellow one. I've never played this guitar on a stage before, so I hope it works. It's just an honor to be in this room. This room pretty much, I found my higher power in this room that has brought me through to this point. And I'd like to thank Unity, if anybody from Unity is here, for giving me a place to land after treatment. You guys hear that? All right. I wrote this song in treatment. It's called Mosaic. And I'm thirsty. And this is my first public performance post-recovery, so. A beautiful picture hangs on the wall. A splintered floor breaks its fall. Smashed and shattered everywhere. Sun on the dust in the air. The broken door slammed shut. Still rattling in its frame. His booming voice echoing the words. A musty bed soaked in shame. Fingers fumbling, finding broken glass. One cut real deep and this too shall pass. And she's already bleeding, she sees no way out. Her gaze burns the ceiling and she begins to shout. White wall tires kicking up dust, washed out ruts of broken trust. She stands up tall, she screams out loud. Will she ever be proud? Ever be proud? Like a freight train hitting a tumble down the shack. The whole room spins and she falls back. In a cloud of debris lifted into the sky, the sun starts to shine and the bed begins to fly. A tornado picks up a rusted out truck. An evil cowboy burned out of luck. His eyes are so dark, and his heart is so cold. His blood runs black, and his soul has been sold. And up in the sky, it goes like this, actually. Up in the sky, he draws his last breath. When the storm clears, he falls to his death. She finds herself in a meadow of green, among silken sheets, the finest she's seen. White wires sweeping up dust, washed out ruts of broken trust. She stands up tall and she screams out loud. Will she ever be proud? She's finally proud. Oh. She's a mosaic, a picture reframed, a vision of beauty, no longer ashamed. And all the broken pieces glued back together. She fires up the truck, hits the gas, and floats like a feather. Thank you.
Give it up for Tarzano. Yay. I thought you were going to leave your diary. I'm a little bit disappointed that you've taken it with you, but that's okay. I'm so impressed with people. Another time. There's always another time. I'm so impressed with people who journal. I never journaled. Ever. My therapist, everyone said it's a good idea. I said, I have way too many trust issues to journal, and I was always terrified that people would read it. And you all know the disaster that happened with my texting incident, so I never journaled. All right, is Deborah here? We've got a couple of comedians that are coming up, but I don't know if I saw her. Is Deborah here? No, she's not here. What a bummer. Okay, maybe next time we'll get her. Is she performing on your upcoming show? You lost track because you're so, you're famous now and you've got 62 shows running a month. So, of course. All right, we'll figure that out. Well, I do know that our next comic is here, Boulder Brian. Here we go. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Hey. So, is this thing on? Hey, yeah, Dad. It is. All right. So, hey, everybody. My name's Boulder Brian. I've got this headset. My dream to be a stand-up comedian / motivational speaker began 7 years ago. And I, New Year's Eve, got sober like a lot of people. I'm a New Year's Eve sober guy. I know it's cliche, but recovery dates are important to me. And I had $265 in my bank account, and I bought a headset, which I've been carrying around for 3 months now because it doesn't work. All right. Or well, all the guys back there are like, no, just use ours. So I'm not a comedian like the poet said, and I'm trying to keep it a secret. But what I am is I'm a drug addict that has survived. Are there any Gen Xers out there? Gen X we're the guinea pigs of the 20th century. And if you don't know about it, there was a World War III, and the drug addicts are the survivors. So I've learned some lessons. I am a crackhead. Man, put your purse down. It's okay. I'm non-active. And crackhead is not contagious, so you can't catch it. But you can learn from a crackhead. So get some paper and pen out. If you're in rehab, then tools of your environment. So I've done 5 inpatient rehabs in my life. So I feel like it's important to give you guys my history. I'm a crier. I completely lost control of my emotions, so I could cry up here. If I do, that's okay. I also have to carry water with me because when I was 10, smoking was cool. And it really was healthy. I don't know if anybody remembers the 80s, but doctors would endorse smoking. My heroes were the Marlboro Man and Joe Cool. So basically, the Grim Reaper and the Angel of Death were my heroes. That's who I was trying to be, right? So 10 years old, and really back then, they had the smoker starter kit. Anybody remember the gum cigarettes? You had some powdered sugar. You had a puff. I was the only 10-year-old carrying a carton of gum. And, I carried it with me. And I come from a family of adventurers. My great-grandfather left Sweden when he was 12 years old as a cabin boy on a boat. My grandfather was a commander in the Navy. My father was a captain in the Navy. So I really thought I was going to be an adventurer, trailblazing, finding lost lands. And in the 80s, I found out a couple things that hurt my feelings. One, I'm colorblind, so the yellow cord, I couldn't spot it for the life of me. I've tried to explain it to cops when they pull me over. I'm colorblind, but, the red, yellow lights, he was like the top light. So, additionally, this eye doesn't work. It's only got one good eye, and so I was planning to be a fighter pilot. And they told me at 10, you can't fly planes. And then I joined the Navy. I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And they told me I'm colorblind, right? So I decided to be the David Goggins of drug addiction. Anybody know David Goggins? Well, I was going to find out, because they started lying to me about these drugs. When I was 12, they told me marijuana was just as bad as heroin and crack, right? Just as bad. That's what they used to teach us. Nancy Reagan had this just say no, and I started to decipher the lies, right? The cigarettes, they were a lie, right? Then they said alcohol. My mom and dad are sober people. Anybody have any sober people in their life? It's like, what do they, I don't understand. Like, they're like muggles, right? And I feel like, right, they just don't get it, right? Muggles, they don't understand the magic that addicts have. And I say magic because it's real. Addicts are the superheroes of the 21st century. I don't know if anybody out there is an addict. Any addicts out there? All right, and does anybody love an addict? So here's the good news, right? A little history lesson for you. AA was invented in the 30s, right? 1935. Coincidentally, the same time Superman was invented, right? And I'm really starting to think the creator was identifying, right? So you ever see a crackhead, right? When they're off crack, like we are fucking some go-getters. I mean, we make shit happen. Like I can remember one of my lowest points is really one of those moments where I'm like, I got over hurdles. Like it's 3 a.m. I had no money. It was Florida. There was a hurricane outside. I stole a 10-year-old girl's bike. It had flat tires. I rode that thing for 2 hours through a fucking hurricane to go get my drug. I mean, that's the kind of motivation that really you can succeed in life if you can channel it, right? You got to channel it the right way, right? So here's what I want to tell you is, you've seen Superman when the kryptonite hits him, right? Well, that's like an addict, right? It's like an alcohol going through detox, right? So the miracle that I have found out is that people that are in the worst case scenario, and I mean like me, like I was a crackhead, I was in prison for 6 years, I was homeless, I lived in rehabs for 48 months. So I've got a doctorate in recovery. I know how to do it, and I know how not to do it. For me, my message to anybody struggling is you've got to just change one thing. Just one thing, and that's everything, right? Everything. I do yoga, I do meditation, I started training for Ironman, and I gotta say, moving from Florida to Colorado to Boulder, I live in Boulder, right? That's where Boulder Brian comes from. It's not because I live in Boulder, because I am living a life of being Boulder. I tell everybody I'm a drug addict. I tell everybody I'm in recovery, because here's the thing. My mom knows, my wife knows, and my kids know. Thank you, sir. And as soon as I start lying to the world, I'm going to start believing it. I'm going to start believing, hey, maybe I'm not a drug addict. But you know what? There's a variety of ways to get sober. You've heard of California sober, right? California is just drinking and just smoking pot. That doesn't work for me. There's Colorado sober, just marijuana. I don't know if you've heard of Vancouver sober. It's just meth. But I think they're onto something, right? Making drugs illegal is, I think, where people start to get confused, because alcohol is a drug, right? I don't want to legalize drugs. I just want drug addicts to stop going to prison, because they're victims. We need to help them out. So if you love a drug addict, just know that they're a superhero. Just help them get away from their kryptonite. So thank you all for being here. Well, I got one last joke. So I'm going through a divorce. I'm a single father of 3 kids right now. And moving to Boulder, there's a really large community of the queer community. And I got to say, I love the gay community. They've been really helpful. I'm a little jealous. I mean, if I could have a relationship with one of my golf buddies, that would be freaking awesome. But no, it's this wife I got to deal with. So give me luck, because she's an addict. She's still struggling. So this is 84 days sober. All right? So hopefully I can join Joe and his second chance. Even though I'm not a comedian, I got a lot of wisdom for you. Thanks, Debbie.
I think the headset's working for you. I like it. I like it a lot. Good luck on your gay adventure. Let me know how that works out. I've been doing that for a long time, and I can tell you we're not all we're cracked up to be. What? I have an ex-wife. I hear you. I understand. All right, enough about my personal issues. Let's move on. Is Andy here? Where's our friend Andy G? The crowd goes silent. Andy G. Was someone sneaking away? Are you Andy? You can't leave. No, I'm kidding. Wow, I thought for a moment that was really you trying to sneak out, and that would have been, yes. Okay, Andy's not here. Going once? Going twice. Andy has left the building. All right, well, we are going to move on, sadly, to our last entertainer, performer of the evening. Is J.K. Halverson here? Yes, there you go. Welcome, welcome. Are you saying hi to Andy? What's happening? Come on now. Oh, there was Andy, hanging out. Hello. What do you need? Do you need the yellow cord? It's been naughty, so I hope you know how to work the cord. Okay.
Thank you, one and all. What a treat it is to be here. Yes. First things first, crowd work. Let's give it up to all the performers that have performed tonight. Let's give it up to Free Church for hosting this event. Our sponsors, the Hornbuckle Foundation, the Phoenix, Colorado Artists in Recovery. That's fabulous. My name is J.K. Halverson. I'm quite confident I can squeeze 2 songs into the 6 minutes. So first I'm going to... How's that sound back there? Where's the sound guy? Okay, sound guy's... This is a Eric Clapton tune. It's called Running on Faith.
Lately I've been running on faith. What else can a poor boy do? But my world will be right. Love comes over you. Lately I've been talking in my sleep. Can't imagine what I'd have to say, but my world will be right when love comes back this way. And I've always been one to take each and every day. Seems like by now I'd find a lover who would care just for me. So there we go, running on faith. all of our dreams will come true, and our world will be right. When love comes over me and you. I've always been one to take each and every day. It seems like by now I'd find a lover who would care just for me. So there we go, running on faith. All of our dreams will come true, and our world will be right. When love comes over me and you, yes it will. Love comes over you. I said when love comes over you. I said love comes over you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to tune up while Andy was going. Damn you, Andy. This is an original song that I've not played in a long time. I actually haven't performed an original song in a while. It's called Resurrect My Soul. Let's see how...
Well, I searched low and high, all through the night I searched low and high. I came back empty hands, and that wasn't part of the plan. So what have I become? I used to be afraid, but now I'm numb. And even if love turns out to be something that's fake, the bigger the heart, you know, the harder it breaks, they say. So come back home to stay. You spent too many nights so far away, and let me lay you down. This might be the last time that I come around. And even if love turns out to be something that's fake, the bigger the heart, you know, the harder it breaks, they say. So hold me until the dawn. I need you to hold me until the dawn, and resurrect my soul, and resurrect my soul. You resurrect my soul. You resurrect my soul. You resurrect my soul.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, JK. That chord treated you well. It did. I was very happy. You even got some mood lighting going. I mean, it was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe up here. Well, that sadly is the end of our open mic, but I just want to thank you all, whether you are sober for 48 hours or 48 years. We really, really appreciate you choosing to be here tonight. So thank you. And to those who took to the stage and committed to being vulnerable and putting yourselves out there, just kudos to you. Thank you so, so much. Our next open mic is May 22nd. If you want to perform, please, they will post a sign up. There is a sign up. Please tell your friends. And if you want to come, of course, it's free, but we do ask for people to register. So take care of one another. And we look forward to seeing you on May 22nd. Bye-bye.